Everybody needs beauty as well as bread, places to play in and pray in, where nature may heal and give strength to body and soul. Keep close to nature's heart, and break clear away, once in a while, and climb a mountain or spend a week in the woods. Wash your spirit clean. Nature is ever at work building and pulling down, creating and destroying, keeping everything whirling and flowing, allowing no rest but in rhythmical motion, chasing everything in endless song out of one beautiful form into another. Oh, these vast, calm, measureless mountain days, days in whose light everything seems equally divine, opening 1,000 windows to show us God. Going to the woods is going home, for I suppose we came from the woods originally. But in some of nature's forests, the adventurous traveler seems a feeble, unwelcome creature, wild beasts and the weather trying to kill him, the rank, tangled vegetation, armed with spears and stinging needles, barring his way and making life a hard struggle. Rocks and waters, etc., are words of God, and so are men. We all flow from one fountain soul. All are expressions of one love. God has cared for these trees, saved them from drought, disease, avalanches, and 1,000 tempests and floods. But he cannot save them from fools. I bade adieu to mechanical inventions, determined to devote the rest of my life to the study of the inventions of God. Take a course in good water and air, and in the eternal youth of nature you may renew your own. Go quietly, alone, no harm will befall you. When we contemplate the whole globe as one great dewdrop, striped and dotted with continents and islands, flying through space with other stars all singing and shining together as one, the whole universe appears as an infinite storm of beauty. At noon, on the 4th of July, 1826, while the Liberty Bell was again sounding its old message to the people of Philadelphia, the soul of Thomas Jefferson passed on, and a few hours later John Adams entered into rest, with the name of his old friend upon his lips. From a child I was fond of reading, and all the little money that came into my hands was ever laid out in books. Pleased with the Pilgrim's Progress, my first collection was of John Bunyan's works in separate little volumes. When I watch professional football, I love listening to John Madden because I know he knows what he's talking about. He's been both down in the trenches and in front of the bench as a coach. He knows the game. The Beatles did whatever they wanted. They were a collection of influences adapted to songs they wanted to write. George Harrison was instrumental in bringing in Indian music. Paul McCartney was a huge Little Richard fan. John Lennon was into minimalist aggressive rock. I did a film in Nairobi, Kenya called The Last Elephant, with John Lithgow, Isabella Rossellini, and James Earl Jones. So I was in seventh heaven, all right? About a year later I get a call from my agent and he says they want to see you for this project called Candyman. I thought he was joking, so I hung up. I never went to a John Wayne movie to find a philosophy to live by or to absorb a profound message. I went for the simple pleasure of spending a couple of hours seeing the bad guys lose.